Are you tired of constantly tilling your garden with disappointing results? Imagine a world where your crops thrive without ever disturbing the soil. What if I told you that the secret to unstoppable seed growth has been hiding in plain sight, practiced for generations by one of America's most successful farming communities? Today we're diving deep into the fascinating, forgotten methods of the Amish to introduce seeds using no-till techniques. These time-tested practices will transform your garden into a bountiful oasis, just as they have sustained their thriving communities for centuries. The secret I discovered isn't actually a secret at all. It's a practice that modern agriculture forgot, yet ancient cultures perfected over millennia. While the rest of the world became obsessed with heavy machinery and soil disruption, the Amish quietly continued using methods that work in harmony with nature rather than against it. Their approach challenges everything we've been taught about gardening and farming. Here's what shocked me most. Tilling actually harms soil structure and the intricate web of life beneath our feet. Every time we turn the soil, we're destroying fungal networks that took years to establish, disrupting beneficial microorganisms, and creating compaction layers that prevent proper water infiltration. We've been taught that loose, fluffy soil is ideal, but nature tells a different story. The Amish understand that soil is a living ecosystem, and like any ecosystem, it thrives when left undisturbed. The reason the Amish cling to these no-till methods isn't stubbornness or tradition for tradition's sake, it's because they work. Their farms consistently produce abundant harvests year after year without depleting the soil. In fact, their soil gets richer with each passing season. In our world of climate uncertainty and environmental concerns, these methods are more relevant than ever for today's gardeners seeking sustainable, effective growing practices. When I first visited an Amish farm, the contrast was striking. While neighboring conventional fields showed signs of erosion, compaction, and diminishing returns, the Amish plots were teeming with life. The soil was dark, rich, and crumbly without any mechanical intervention. The core of their no-till seed introduction technique centers around working with existing soil structure rather than fighting it. Instead of breaking up the ground, they create small pockets or furrows just deep enough for their seeds. Using simple tools like dibble sticks, hoes, and their hands, they place seeds precisely where they need to go without disturbing the surrounding soil ecosystem. This targeted approach preserves the delicate fungal networks and beneficial bacteria that plants depend on for optimal nutrition uptake. Their living soil philosophy extends beyond just not tilling. They prepare the ground by feeding it, not fighting it. Cover crops are grown in rotation. Organic matter is constantly added to the surface and beneficial organisms are encouraged to flourish. The soil becomes a self-sustaining system that requires less input while producing greater output. This approach creates a rich microbial ecosystem where seeds don't just survive, they thrive from the moment they're planted. The practical methods I learned are surprisingly simple, yet incredibly effective. Broad forking is one technique that loosens compacted soil without mixing layers or destroying soil structure. This tool penetrates deep into the ground, creating channels for air and water while leaving the soil biology intact. The result is improved drainage and root penetration without the destruction that comes with traditional tilling. Cover cropping forms another cornerstone of the Amish approach. Instead of leaving soil bare between growing seasons, they plant nitrogen-fixing legumes, deep-rooted plants that break up hardpan, and organic matter producers that feed the soil. When it's time to plant, these cover crops are simply cut at ground level, leaving roots to decompose and feed soil organisms while the cut material serves as mulch. Seeds are then planted directly through this living mulch system. Direct sowing into undisturbed beds becomes, remarkably effective when the soil is properly prepared. Seeds are planted at precise depths using simple measuring tools, and the surrounding soil life immediately begins supporting germination and growth. Seed layering, another technique I observed, involves placing larger seeds at appropriate depths while smaller seeds are scattered on the surface, allowing natural processes to work them into ideal positions. These methods can be implemented immediately in gardens of any size, from container gardens to large plots. The environmental impact of adopting these methods extends far beyond your garden boundaries. No-till practices sequester significant amounts of carbon in the soil, helping combat climate change while improving soil fertility. Water conservation becomes automatic as undisturbed soil with good organic matter content holds moisture more effectively, reducing irrigation needs by as much as 40% in many cases. The preserved soil structure also prevents erosion and supports biodiversity by maintaining habitat for beneficial insects, earthworms, and microorganisms. From a financial perspective, the benefits are equally compelling. Reduced labor means more time for other garden activities or simply enjoying your space. Lower input costs result from decreased need for fertilizers, as healthy soil biology makes nutrients more available to plants. Perhaps most importantly, increased yields mean more food from the same space with less effort. I've documented 30 to 50% increases in harvest weights using these methods compared to my previous tilling approach. The connection between healthy soil and nutritious food surprised me most of all. Plants grown in biologically active no-till soil consistently show higher levels of vitamins, minerals, and beneficial compounds. This happens because the complex soil ecosystem makes nutrients more bioavailable, and plants can access a broader spectrum of minerals through fungal networks. You're not just growing more food, you're growing better food that supports your health and well-being. So, the core benefits of Amish no-till methods can really be summed up in 3 words: simplicity, effectiveness, and sustainability. These techniques, work because they align with natural processes rather than fighting against them. I encourage you to experiment with just 1 or 2 of these techniques in your garden this season. Maybe start with a small section, perhaps trying direct seeding into a cover-cropped area or using a broad fork instead of a tiller. Just observe the differences in plant vigor, soil health, and your own workload. Most gardeners who try these methods honestly never go back to conventional tilling. For specific seed varieties that thrive with no-till methods, it's a good idea to focus on those that prefer stable soil conditions, like root vegetables, legumes, and most herbs. Actually, many heirloom varieties perform better in no-till systems because they evolved in undisturbed soils. Community gardens and local agricultural extension offices often have resources and experienced practitioners who can provide region-specific guidance, so definitely check them out. The Amish have proven that working with nature produces superior results with less effort. Their secret is now yours to use. If this guide has opened your eyes to the power of no-till gardening like it did for me, please subscribe to our channel for more time-tested gardening wisdom, and share this video with fellow gardeners who are ready to transform their growing experience. Together, we can rediscover these forgotten methods and create gardens that truly thrive.